Hello, my lovely spectators. Dee Dee here, and I'm going to introduce you to some other stuff that I do, which is crafting. I've just been on a Temu haul kind of, what do you call it, run, and I just decided to change it up. And this was due today, so today is the 27th of May 2023, and it's a challenge that I participate in. So I need to make 3 cards. Everything is provided to us, but I'm just going to go into how I make cards. So they give us plenty of paper to use, and they give us card sketches. So card sketches basically lay out what they think the card elements should be. They don't have to be exact because obviously the papers do not match. It's a very smart way for a business to use up stock that may be a little bit out of season. What do you call it? Things that are, they don't have any more, whatever, So they make these challenge kits. They give us the card bases, which is good. So I know what I'm making. And they give us whatever little bits and bubbles they can to help us produce the cards. So this is what was in the card kit. We have to use what's in the card kit as much as possible, and there's usually a theme attached. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a long one. I'm going to walk you through my thought process. So if that's something that you're interested in, then hang out, watch me jibber jabber while I try to figure out how to replicate this general idea with the items that are in here. So I'm going to put this off to the side where you guys can still see it, and I'm gonna look at the paper. So there's some black, which I love to always include some black, and there's nice pale green. The double-sided papers usually will coordinate. If you're not a crafter, you may not know that. So like this little green coordinates there. This yellow is the yellow that is in all of the cut apart. So these are called cut aparts. They are 3 by 4, so 3 inches by 4 inches, and she's just giving us little strippets of papers from the line. And this is black and white dots. I love that. And these are obviously baby themed, kid theme. Yeah. So that's where we're going. Luckily, there is someone that I know who is having a baby, so I can. Well, actually now 2. So yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna need to look at this real quick and say, all right. The impression to me is that there is some kind of full base. Now the sentiments are the words or the things that are being expressed. I'm gonna look here in the cut aparts and on the other cut apart to use as my sentiments. Grab the wrong one, sorry. Yeah. I don't have to necessarily use everything, but I can grab pieces of it, and I'll show you what I decide to do. I don't have a circle cut or anything like that, so most of my stuff will be free-handed, if not, drawn in a specific way. So it's just, like I said, a general sense of it. Oh, neighborhood. I didn't have any thread. She didn't give us any thread, so I'm not a big thread user. So that probably won't be present in my card, but again, that's okay. So let me pick out a sentiment first. Yeah, this one doesn't have a sentiment, but it is something that can be layered, possibly. So we'll see about that. I need 3. Well, honestly, this one doesn't have a sentiment either. So at least nothing that I see right away. So sentiment and a sentiment. This one is on a square. Okay, so I think that I may try to use this one or this one, Little Wildflower. Yeah, so these 2 are definitely options. This one doesn't have a sentiment on the front, so I can kind of get away with that. Okay. I do like this guy, so let's get into that. So I'm not going to touch these right now, and I'm going to look for other elements. So I usually, well, I definitely will not be using that for a base. So I definitely like the black and the white of paper. This is not like a pure dark black. It's a little bit light. I don't know if you can tell that. And same with this. Very similar tone. This even is more ashy. So I'm looking to see which ones I like together. Yeah, so I think that this and this doesn't, this to me clashes. This is okay. Now if I look at this guy, yeah, that clashes, and this is okay. So I need to get some bases out of this. So I'm gonna take a trimmer because I need to measure, and I need to see what we are looking at here in terms of size. So I think this is probably, so like I said, all these lines you can see they're from Simply Stories. It is the boho baby line, and these are all scraps. I guess the line must be discontinuing or just leaving her shop as she's replenishing it with new seasonal stuff. So this trimmer is from Amazon, and I'm just seeing, yeah, 6 inches. So a standard card is basically made out of a full sheet of paper. So if you're a crafter, you know. If not, and you're just checking me out, let me just give you a little breakdown. A full sheet of paper is like this, 8.5 by 11. So you would cut at 5.5 to cut the 11 side, right down the middle, and then the 8.5 side you would fold. So you would get 4.5 by 4.25 by 5.5. So you want to go inward from that as you make your layers. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to first get my 4 inches, which is the maximum, the 4 inches. So here, 4 inches. So 4.25, I'm going to go in 1/4 of an inch. And then I can go from there, and I can cut stuff down. So that's 4. Oh, here it goes. I don't know if I like, something's throwing me off with this trimmer. I got this trimmer from Amazon in a set. Got a bunch of stuff, including a little cutting board. So I have a ton of stuff crafting wise, but I don't have my crafting set up. But I use crafting for therapeutic value. So here we go. All of these are cut down now to 4 inches by 6, so I can cut off what I need. So now let's talk about how we can coordinate them, because then I have to cut them out further. Okay. So, all right. I think for the center one, I would do something like that. And I think for the other one that's over here, I kind of want to put something like this for the third one. And maybe for the other one, which is this one here that I'm going to have to color block out, I'm going to put something like this. So now I'm just kind of getting a sense of the colors that I need. For this one, I think I'm going to use some of the rainbows as the centerpiece. I don't particularly care for this style of rainbow, but it could be a nice backdrop to other elements that are there. For this one, I think I'm going to do something probably similar. And I'm going to take this, and I'm also going to take the back of this to make that little flap. Okay, now that leaves this third one, so let me show you where I'm at right now. That leaves that third one with these boxes, but like I still have the cut aparts, and I still have this I think I'm going to use here across. This I'm also going to use to mat the what are these called, rainbows again. Okay, so let's get some of that going. And yeah, I'm not gonna have any fancy scallops. What I could do is a tear method, so I might do that just to add some texture to the overall feel of the card. So we'll leave this one to the side, and we'll leave this one to work on next. And let's get this one worked on. So now what you have to do is you need to cut down the 6 side to 5¼ because again this is 5½ wide. You want to go 1/4 of an inch to make your layers. So let's see, 5¼ is right here. Okay, making sure I don't want to cut it too short. I'm like, wait, this is weird. That's 5½. Yeah, so 5¼ is right there. Okay. Now, let me show you how that works out because I'm going to cut the rest of those down to 5¼ I'm not going to talk about that again. So see how it creates this little outline border? That's what we're looking for. Now with this, I am going to cut out let's see, it's 4¼ 4 inches. Let's see how much this is. So I'm trying to figure out space-wise how much of the rainbows I want. But then I'm also looking at that I have some white space here and white space here. This one I cut off. So I'm gonna use the top, and I'm gonna try to figure it out. So I'm looking at this line to help me figure out my measurement. I'm gonna go to here. That's a little too much. So let me go here a little bit more. So I'm making sure that my blade is going to clear the rainbows, and I'll have some white space above and below. See, like that. So now I have my center background, because remember that the drawing has some other elements in front of it, and I'm going to take those from the cut parts. But I feel like this is a little bit too what's the word, not harsh, but it's just standing out too much. That's cute, but I'm not. I'm worried about using the cut parts. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I want to add a little more color. So I think I'm going to use this flower side. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to poke out a little bit. So we're going to cut off these two, which are not really giving because they are cut already. Okay, so most trimmers are going to have something that I can see that I'm going to be more or less on this line, and I'm going to stop where I need to. Well, you know, I'm just going to go all the way across because I don't need that. So it's a little off, so I can clean that up as I need to. I said I wanted to use this, so I'm going to use, let's make sure, yeah, that's wide enough. I'm going to cut that off, and we're going to start playing around with doing something here. So this is about, what, 2 inches, so I'm going to cut it at 1 inch. And then I will have 2 strips that I can place above and below, and then I can cut off what I don't want with the strips. So it looks a little bit bland. I might do I don't know if I want to do the tearing, but oh, that little piece looks cute. Oh, okay. So do this. So let's take a look. I don't know. It's been so long since I've done a crafting video that I hope that my thinking is not outweighing you seeing anything, or I'm thinking and I'm talking and it's just this whole thing in my head. My process. Could do that, you know. So I could go all the way across. I don't know how I like that. I could do this. No. I think it needs to be the way that it's there. Yeah. So, yeah, let's just do that. Let's see. This is... So these are from the Dollar Tree. They are glue dots. I don't have, like I said, a lot of my supplies. I was using them and then I wound up putting them downstairs. I have been getting some stuff off of Temu again, specialty things, and I've been getting stuff from the Dollar Tree that I could use to craft if I want to craft something. But now it's been mostly I've been into organizing and getting a lot of, like, haul videos. I am in the process of organizing makeup, organizing nails, and so I may be posting videos showing some of that, but I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. I'm using my phone right now to video, and it's a little bit rough to do that. Oh man, I forgot to put the garbage can close to me. Anyway, and so I did get a webcam to kind of see if I could do something with that. Alright. So, let's see. I know that let me just leave it alone because I think I'm overthinking it. So I'm just placing this on the back. I think that's too much. No, don't press down. That's the thing. When you go to press, think about putting something, don't press down right away. Look at it, think about it, and then once you say, yeah, this is how I feel it should be, then you can, press down, because sometimes you press it down too soon and then it's horrible and then you can't get it back up. So, yeah. Okay, I like that a little bit amount. And so I'm going to try to mimic that over here. So this side. What I'm looking at is the edge, how clean it was cut. And here we go. Like that. And then this. Okay. So now we need to cut off those little pieces. I think I saw a little scissors. So this came with the kit from Amazon. Yeah, perfect. Oh, now they're rounded. You know what? I'll make it work. I'll make it work, work, work. I'll figure this out. I'm like, reference it. So I won't use the curved part, and I'll just like. I could have used the trimmer too. That's another thing I could have done. I probably should have done that, but it just feels weird. Now it's not straight, so now it's giving me problems. Okay. So if you know any crafters, or if you're in the craft world, you know the mantra that we always say as we're sitting crafting. When something goes a little bit askew, you know what? It's handmade. Can't be perfect. Well, it could be close enough to perfect, or your level of perfect, which is something that I tell people about. So here we go. We've got these first elements already completed. So nice. Now I need to find some things to put there. And something fell on the floor, but that's okay. I'm gonna take this strip here off. Where's the trimmer? Oh, here he goes. I'm gonna take this strip off. So I'm gonna go up here. Oh my goodness, I am so horrible. I'm out of practice. I totally cut that like wonky, but that's alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out the 3 things, and obviously I'm not going to take the 3 things that are the same as this, so definitely not that. I'm going to take the bear, and I'm going to take this, and even though there's no sentiment, I might just take this out. So let's do that. So I'm going to fix this because, yeah, I kind of goofed that up. And that's from me rushing and not putting the blade in the right spot, but also not putting the paper where it needs to be. So let's take, can you see down here? No, let me move this a little bit. Use the edge of your trimmer whenever you can. I'm going to take the Just Perfect. So, okay. Okay. And I'm going to take the Rattle. And I'm going to take... No, I wasn't going to take the Rattle. I'll use the Rattle someplace else. I'm going to take the ABC thingamajiggies and the bear. Alright, that's a little bit off, but I'm not using that right now, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now we've got this. I want to place it on top of here. I like to have what we call dimension, so I've got some more what is it called, Dollar Tree accoutrement, which is this tape that's foam. They carry this in the crafting section. They also carry these in the automotive section, house fixing, whatever thing, and I like them because they're pre-cut. These you need to just cut with your hand. See, sometimes that happens, so you will need to just like snip off, and you need scissors for that are titanium based, so that they are non-stick. Because if not, you're gonna gulp up your scissors, and it's not going to be no bueno. So, and it may seem excessive, but if you're making a card and you have dimension, you also want to put in the middle so that it doesn't sink. So now I'm gonna put this here onto my matte layer, and then I'll put it on the base. So we're going to try to eyeball and not press down until we are sure. So I feel like, no, this is too far over. See, I'm getting lucky. Whew. See, this happens to the paper. Sometimes it'll take paper. That's okay, because it'll flatten out and stuff. And yeah, I don't know why I'm so off today. I could say, hey, it's handmade. You know what? Let me try another way. I usually am able to do that, but this time, for some reason, I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time with that too. Wow. This is some gnarly stuff here. You know what? Let's see. How badly is it done? It's not too bad. I'm gonna put things in the center so that'll offset it. But yeah, that's it. It's done. Now I was thinking of popping that up, but I don't think I'm gonna do that because I want to pop up the things I'm gonna put on there. So let's just put a few more glue dots to attach this to the base of the card. So I'll put one in each corner, and then I'm also gonna put like one in the center. These are super thin. I mean, like you can barely even notice them unless they booger up like that, but still flat enough. They're not adding any height. People say when you add the height, then when you go to mail them, the machine might have an issue with the thickness of it. So be mindful of that when you are making cards, that they're not too chunky. They're not chunky monkeys. Alright, last one. I usually have a tape runner, which is much more quick to do, and also, now here we go trying to center again. I think this will be easier though. I think the foam tape and me holding on to the foam tape was throwing me off. And so here we go. Yay! No. Yes, okay. So here's our first card, almost complete. Let's see, how long have we been together? 24 minutes. I might just keep going. I don't know. If you drop out now, leave me a comment, say hi. Thank you for coming. And yeah, maybe until next time. So everything is so linear, and then you got the little bear. And you got this. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut around some of these elements, and then have this just perfect, just hanging off maybe, and then put the elements down the center. So I'm gonna try to use something that I got from Temu. So if you were a Temu hauler with me before, look, some Temu stuff. It's this craft pen. So the idea behind the craft pen is that where you draw, where you're gonna write, is where it's gonna go. So I wasn't gonna use this one, so let's just see how that goes. How much pressure I need to apply. Oh, not so much, but I will admit that I went off it, and I need to apply a little more pressure to get it through the paper. So, and the blade is angled. I don't know if you can see that. The blade is angled. So you gotta put the blade to the paper. It's not focusing. Here we go. So the blade is angled. So you gotta put it to the paper a certain way. I'm sorry for the sniffles. Okay, a lot better. So you do need to add a fair amount of pressure, which may or may not throw off your cutting around it. Excuse me, chocolate milk. We call this fussy cutting, and usually we'll have a little tiny pair of scissors like this, and we'll use those scissors to cut around the shapes. I don't particularly like fussy cutting, but I figured, you know, let me try this guy and see if this would make me not hate it as much. So okay, but I feel like I'm not pressing hard enough, so we shall see in a minute. Okay, so I'm not cutting on the line. I'm leaving a little bit of blue space, because if I mess up on any of them, I guess I will need to then try to be on the actual outline of the paper. So if you've been here, that means you maybe are interested in paper crafting, or are a crafter of some sort yourself. Tell me something about you. What do you craft? Tell me in the comments below. Tell me what you would have done if you remember the things in the beginning. What elements might you have used? Have you done challenges like this? So doing challenges like this is something new. For me, when I moved to where I am right now, I needed to find a newer community of crafting, and yeah, I found this store. It's called Scrap-A-Latte. I think I'm getting a little bit too loosey-goosey on this side. And one of the things that she does, the owner Renee, is to, and they do orders. They do order. They do ship, but not these challenges. They ship. It's a store, so they ship. Is to do this, and I thought it was, like I said in the beginning, like a really ingenious kind of thing. You know, you don't want to take a hit if you're a store owner for items that don't sell, and not because they're bad, but because, you know, stock is stock, you know. And you know, it is things, everybody's in for the new. Everybody wants the new. And so this is a way to use up the stock, have the community of crafters that are local get involved in something that builds community within the store. And it's a little fun little challenge. See what people come up with. Everybody's interpreting these items differently. We're all using the same sketch, but like, what are you putting for the sketch? So even though the sketch has like circles and like floral elements, because this is baby themed paper, it's not it's not matching exactly. So, you know, so my interpretation is that no, did this just break? Oh my god, this is like so that's wow, that's a disappointment, bro. That is a total disappointment. You saw it live here. I mean, I'm putting pressure to cut, but come on. All right, I'm gonna have to go and reach out to Temu and be like, first use. And it's nice. It was nice because it came with 4. And I mean, can you? I don't think I can use this. There's no substance to hold. So, oh yeah, there's no pressure. Oh wow, wow. No happy. All right, let me let me continue in my quest because this was not a Temu review. This was me doing my crafts, but this is not good. So I'm gonna have to let them know. And yeah, so I think the Amazon package came with something. Yes, it came with an Exacto. So and it also came with one of these. Let me use this. Same difference. I actually got something so similar than from Temu of these. 5 of them, I think, for like $1 and change. Everything's like $1 and change, right? So let's go. I like the idea of the pencil because it gives you more control. See, I feel like with this, I lost control. Maybe I should go back to the Exacto. Yeah, this is not good. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I was so liking that. Alright, I'm gonna have to clean this up a little bit with my little scissors that are not gonna do what I need us to do. So, quiet moment of reflection. Alright, let me go back to Exacto. Wow. Don't you hate Matt? That's like running out of supplies. Like you're in the moment or whatever, and you don't have enough glue. Oh my god, that's no bueno. Like, it's so disappointing. All right, let's do the bear. So this one had an Exacto blade in this set, so that's good. So the bear, we're gonna go around his head. I'm a little off because this guy feels. See, I hate Exacto blades because I feel like it doesn't matter what brand I've ever used. This thing loosens up so much, and that just throws off everything. So I don't even know if my head is in the way. Are you seeing the top of my head? Okay, I'm getting there. Again, having that little outline of blue or whatever it is around that you're not cutting, it doesn't have to be perfect. The design itself lends itself to that, so I'm kind of like, whoo, happy that it's not something that's like super precise. And here I thought I was going to be done lickety split. Almost done, rather. But I'm almost. I have this cut apart here. And so we have the bear. And now I think I am going to do that to see how the 4 elements with the Just Perfect work out. So let me cut out the rattle, and then we're going to see how that all lays out. And then I might have my first card done. And I think I might just stop the video because it is kind of on the longish side. Maybe I'll record the other ones and put them up as a part 2 and a part 3. So, because we're looking at 30 minutes for just the one card, but a lot of jibber jabber and explanation for what's happening here. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at this card now. So I have my card base with I always like to include some black. We've got this Just Perfect, which is nice. It's a decent enough sentiment. I could also put Dream on here. Yeah. And then I have these guys here, so I can add some of these elements onto the thing. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna definitely pop up these, and this is why I like these. So it depends on what's available in the dollar store. I was there the other day. I knew this card was coming up, so I just grabbed one or two rolls of this and a set of that because I didn't know what I was gonna do. So I like it because I can just grab one piece off, and then it's like right there. I don't have to struggle with it. And yeah, this one fits right there, so we're okay. The bear, I will put 2. And on the rattle, I think I may have to cut, yeah. See what I'm saying? It's all sticky. It's all sticky. Anyway. So the rattle will get one here. I kind of feel like I need on the bottom something. Let me put this piece here, give more stability. And with this set, I think it's pretty much the same depth. They have a skinny one, so let me grab that. And a little tiny piece. Yeah. Okay. I'll put that on the bottom. Okay. Alright, so everything is adhered there. Now this, I feel, is too rigid. I mean, everything here is square, but I feel to go along with these, it's a little too rigid. So I'm just going to do a light little cloudy kind of cut around it, just to give it a little something versus the sharp edges. And yeah, it might be a fail, it might not, but it's, you know, you gotta try different things. That's how you learn techniques. That's how you come up with things you think are original techniques, because you know, not everything is original, but maybe you hadn't saw it, but it makes sense, and then it becomes part of your repertoire of skills. Alright, these 2 sharp edges I need to get rid of. Or sharp points. I need to smooth those out. Okay, so we have that, just perfect. Perfection! Now, I want to put it here, but I'm not necessarily going to pop that up. But this is already popped up, so I do need to add a combination of foam. I need a combination of foam to level it out. Ooh, sorry, shook you guys like nobody's business. And I'll put a couple of foam dots right behind here. I don't know why all these old shows theme songs are popping into my head. Okay, and here we go. So now I think I want to just put that right there. Well, where I put the foam is kind of telling me where I have to put it, so I need to lower this foam. And so that's a good thing with, like, you don't press things down super hard. You have some flexibility, and then you can go from there. So let me go up to where the foam is. Yeah, that's much better. So I have that little bit of black, and then this attaches to that. Okay, so we've got just perfect, and now we want to play with what's going to be around here, right? And I kind of think that that looks nice. So let's adhere. So we're going to now I have the little ear hanging off, so I am going to put a little piece of this guy kind of hanging off of the background. Let's put the bear down. And not too much off, but enough. Okay, I like this one. I think I'm gonna try to put that one off a little bit off the top. And I'm not sure what Just Perfect is saying to the person that's getting this card, but hey, it's, you know, you write whatever inside that you want. Oh, no, let me see. Do I like that? Do I want this more straight? No, everything has to be a little bit tilted. There we go. We'll do that. All right. So this is my first card with for the challenge. It's supposed to be this card. I think I did a good representation of this card. So I'm gonna stop this video here. I'm gonna say thank you for lasting. Give me I don't know, a baby's rattle in the comments if you watch this all the way to the end. If you want some more content from myself, and it could be all kinds of things, I'm going to be mixing up this channel, then subscribe. And until next time. And if you want to see the other two cards, I'm going to post a video doing this one and a video doing that one as I get them done. So there'll be 3 videos that will be called Scrap-A-Latte card challenge. This is card 1. All right. Thank you and ciao ciao. Bye.